Welcome to part 2 of the weekly announcements for this week of November 20th, 2022. Now, I'm really considering creating accounts. You see my following increase by 10 subscribers because I want this feature. I want to use this, and I do not want to have it be in the hands of other people for me to do what I want to do and use what I want to use. Nope. So, I'm going to attain something based off of what I, decide to put in to get it, which is second house. Remember, all the 12 houses correspond to different signs. Northern and Taurus. And Northern and Taurus is empowerment. I mean, ever since the nodes have entered Taurus and Scorpio, I've been very adamant about empowerment. And yeah, so let me see here. Yeah, this must be it. Okay, so now here's what I'm gonna. Yeah, I'll get to that later. So I talked about November 22nd. I've spoken about what happens on that day. November 23rd. And that'll also be one of the Sagittarius, Sagittarian music days. So, what'll happen is there will be an instructor who will be there'll be some resources that I will be putting on my page over Sagittarian music. But, the main event will be that choir event happening, where you're witnessing those people on the hill singing as a group and all of that. But, the other things are really optional. And, the rest of the day is yours. Unless you have kind of classes or, things, work or whatever you need to do, that's your, schedule. And maybe based off of what's going on, you may need to delay that or reschedule that. Let people know let your workplaces know you'll be coming in later or whatever needs to happen so that, if you want to attend this and then see people singing and experience this, then, you figure it out and you can do you. And of course, buses can be requested for you to get picked up to go to your workplace and then get dropped off unless, you have a car or a friend or a family member. They're picking you up and delivering you to your workplaces or, just I don't want to get into the complications. You do you live your life. I don't know. And for those who do have kind of classes on that day, of course, they will be pushed later into the day. Because this will happen, this singing event will occur about, what time is it now? It's like about 9:30 in the morning. So 9:30, it'll be happening. And so, yeah, things will get pushed. Kind of classes will start about, I don't know. We'll probably just only go half the day. So just 1:30 through 3:35. Wait, no. 4. So 1:30 through 4, that's the whole time of the kind of classes that will be occurring. for those who have clinical classes, and you do you. I just want to move on. Okay. Now, the 23rd is the new moon day, and because it is, okay, now this is where, we get into 2022 territory. So this is a little bit of a taste of what that year, and I have not filmed a video for that yet. I should do that very soon. This is where we get into 2023 territory, and 2023 territory is going to kind of be, you're going to think that I'm going to use a word that I from Harry Potter that they use. You're going to think that I'm mental when I get into what will be going on for the invention in the year of 2023. What my plans are. This may be mental. This may be, and if you think that I remind you of Harry Potter, please point out those resemblances. I'm very open to that. Maybe express things. I don't know. But anyway, so 2023 is kind of have some crazy plans for 2023, and they may be against my better judgment. They may be awful. They may be strenuous, monotonous, stupid, boring, rough, painful, depressing, traumatic. But anyway, November 23rd, that's the new moon in Sagittarius. Here's what I'm going to tell you. I don't say this lightly, but here's what I'm going to say. If you are planning to celebrate Thanksgiving, okay, you're not going to like it when I say this. You're really not going to like it. Can you kind of feel where this is going? Based off of plans that I have and visions that I have, this year is going to be a little bit different than other years. If you want to celebrate Thanksgiving with extended family, your grandparents, and if you're planning on traveling anywhere, here's what I'm going to tell you. I would say Thanksgiving break does not get off until November the 25th through the 27th, and then Monday will start up again, and then, everything will get back to how it was. Nobody is going to be allowed to take off, to travel, to go see family, to do what they want to do for Thanksgiving until after the 24th. You heard that correctly. Until after the 24th of November. I'm kind of following in the footsteps of a live stream that I made a year ago, which I'm so happy that I published. Hopefully I did. Let me just see, because if I didn't, I will be furious with myself. Hopefully I published it. because I got rid of some videos because I was embarrassed because I was wearing a robe. So, please tell me that I still have it. Oh, thank goodness. Much colder Christmas. And this is going to be kind of a little ironic, but Thanksgiving will be different this year. You will not have the option of celebrating Thanksgiving on Thanksgiving this year. May not be next year, may not be any other year. It's going to be this year. If you want to celebrate it, you can either celebrate it on the new moon just with your family, or extended family, or grandparents if they live nearby in town, or if you can travel up to them or down to them wherever they live quickly. And Thanksgiving can be you can have Thanksgiving on the 23rd if that works out for you, but it's very likely that a lot of people have plans to travel somewhere over Thanksgiving. And so that may not work out. So what will end up happening is that either you have a couple choices. You can just forgo your plans and just celebrate Thanksgiving with your mom and dad, siblings, or anyone who lives nearby, anyone that you can travel to within a day. So from the morning, or November 22nd, whenever you get off your Kindle classes, and you can travel to and get to by the 23rd of November and celebrate Thanksgiving a day before Thursday, or on Friday the 25th, if you're planning to travel somewhere and if you want to have Thanksgiving with your family and extended family and relatives, and where they live and where Thanksgiving is going to be happening is going to be far away, and it will not take just a day or the end of one day and most of the next or a huge part of the next or some of the next day to get to them. You might want to wait until the 25th of November to set off and go see family, and maybe tell them what is going on and what the plans are, and maybe some changes that need to happen. Maybe your family members may need to come another day. Maybe Thanksgiving will go on, but you'll just come there and you will just spend time with your family without the whole Thanksgiving meal and all of that. Maybe it'll just be a weekend. I'm talking the 25th through the 27th, so you have 3 days. And that's your Thanksgiving weekend, is those 3 days. And if you miss Thanksgiving, if plans cannot be postponed, if that is your case, well, then it may just be either you decide to just stay home and, hang out with the people who live locally around you, and change your plans and just have a more simple Thanksgiving with your family. Or if plans with family members who live way out there cannot be postponed, I mean, you have to travel, miles and miles, and they're out of town, and they're, you know, um, in another state or whatever it may be. If they live that far away, and plans cannot be changed, and plans have already been set, and everyone's coming on Thanksgiving to, have that. And if you really want to go see family, then it may just be a weekend with family. I don't know what the situation will be. But, and of course, you can celebrate, you know, wait a second, no, no, mm-mm, no. It's just to prove that it does not have to be on Thursday. It does not have to be on Thanksgiving for it to be a good occasion. It doesn't have to be on Thanksgiving for it to be worthy, or, for you to enjoy yourself. It can be a day before. It can be a month before. I mean, I have to get real. Thanksgiving, gratitude, giving thanks. Why not do that any other day of the year? You have to get into the history of Thanksgiving. Christmas is a little bit different. I wish it could be good. Well, you know, it's a Christian holiday, and and it's more set. That's Christmas, but Thanksgiving, if you think about just the idea of just basically giving thanks and all of that, it doesn't make any difference at all if you do that a day before, a couple days after. If you do it on November 29th, if you do it on November 21st, if you do it on, like, if your family wants to be out of the box and do Thanksgiving in May, opposite this time of year, wonderful. Or whenever works out, or whatever you want to do, your family traditions, whatever you want to do, it really does not matter. Whatever floats your boat, the world's your oyster, that kind of deal. But none of you, and I mean none of you, will be celebrating Thanksgiving on the actual day. And here's why. You're going to be going into the forest and having a hunter outdoor experience on that day. Because I want to do something to celebrate Aaron Downey. If you think about him being here at my Minton earlier this year. And I want it to be this whole day, this day in the this day in the woods where you're out in nature, and you release and let go, and tap into the divine through nature, and get outside and have a sort of survival fun exploration day for all of you. And really Thanksgiving to surrendering everything when I say this, to give thanks for even the simplest of things. Your Thanksgiving may not go to plan. Maybe your family ends up cutting a lot of the sides that they want to serve. Maybe you won't have the traditional Thanksgiving meal because it's not on the 24th, whatever it may be. But you will have a meal, a hearty meal, and it will be delicious. It will be, and give thanks for that. The whole idea is to tap into the spiritual energies of simplicity, of being very thankful for even the simplest things. When you're out in the woods trying to survive, if you will, and you give thanks to the sounds of the birds, and you give thanks to the fresh air, and you sit down and meditate and do this and see the sun just coming into you. And by the end of the day, there will be a meal that will be served at Mayan Minton. So you'll come back around 6 o'clock, 6:30, and there will be a meal with all kinds of rustic cuisine. Ham hocks, turkey. I might even put the Thanksgiving foods into the mix and your thing yourself. Make it Thanksgiving. Well, I hear that as well, and that's what I'm going to do. So it'll be the cuisine of Thanksgiving, if that's what you want. That will be there as well, along with the other recipes that will be cooked. And you will be seated at tables and enjoy the food, and then, give thanks, and, instead of just wallowing in how negative it is, and, I wanted to spend time with family today, or I wanted to, do all of this, and, it didn't work out. Instead of that, the whole day is a challenge for you to tap into higher vibrational spiritual energies, positivity, coming to terms with what is, and being purified and being nourished, and coming to a state of spiritual nirvana and spiritual bliss, hopefully. That isn't a guarantee, but hopefully. And if your family does want to come along for the ride on this day, then by all means. The more the merrier. I really, really encourage that. Absolutely. Absolutely. Bring them along. And enjoy that and make that memory. I mean, you have to put this in perspective. I was seeing a documentary about two women who were on the top of a mountain stuck, and they couldn't get off the mountain because there was a storm, and the storm ran through from, I'd say, the 22nd, the 21st of December, all the way till the end of December. Just think about them. They were cold. They were miserable, barely trying to hold on to life. And the fact that all of you are going just out into the woods and out in nature, and it won't be anything compared to that. You really have to put that into some perspective. I am not. Okay, now, before I say anything else, this applies to everyone. Everyone who's a member of Mayan Minton that is able to do this will do it. We'll have to do it. I will make you. I will make you. I do not want to see any emails. I do not want to see any comments. I do not want anyone, and I mean anyone, coming to me and bugging me about this, because I'm perfectly aware of what is coming out of my mouth. I'm perfectly aware of what I'm planning to do. And there is a part of me that goes, you know what? This is wrong. But I'm going to do it anyway. And it will happen. Because this is my vision. This is an Annette Pine. Intensen Pine. When I say those words, there is no changing my mind. There is no going back. I mean, it's almost a crime to defeat the purpose of those words. I mean, if anyone does something anyway, and I say those words and they do something against those words that come out of my mouth and the plans and the visions that I have, that is a crime. You know, and that sounds extreme. That really, really does. But it's a crime. I don't say, mentor leaders don't say those words and just people rebel and do what they want to do. Those words stand in place for a reason. They are powerful words. They're supposed to be spells for a reason. And if you want to minimize the power of those words, and if you want to just, no, I'm not going to have that. I'm not going to experience substantial loss. Not at all. So if a single person comes to me and bothers me about this and questions me about this, I will not engage in conversation. I will flip the script. I will change the topic. I will, shut the door in your face. I will delete your emails. I will delete your comments. I won't respond to your emails. I won't respond to your comments. I will not have it all coming back to me like last week's video. It's not going to happen. This goes for everybody. Everyone is going to do this. Everyone. Even myself. Everyone. Everybody. It will begin at about 9:30. 9:15, I want to say, in the morning. And it will end at around 6 o'clock. It will be going on buses going there and going back. Where will it be? It will be at Easter Lake, actually. And, yeah. So there'll be a schedule. I still have to work out the finer details with that. I will let you know the schedule for what the specific events that will be going on that day, and I will send that to you through email or have a Facebook post or something. I'll give you that information. Or Daniel, Susan, or Linda will give you that info. But there is no backing out of this. You have your Thanksgiving weekend from the 25th through the 27th. That should be enough time. That will just have to suffice, and that will just have to be good enough and satisfactory. On the 27th, I am offering up Roman a Roman lecture that a historian will be putting on the 27th on Sunday. Next Sunday, so this would be next week. 7 days, a week from today, that will be happening. It will be from, it'll be in the afternoon, so it'll be, I'd say 1:30 through about 4. 4:05, 4:10, somewhere around there. So I'm offering that up for those, interested and want to come and learn about the history of ancient Rome. Then that is happening, and that will be happening here at Monumenton, in the presentation room at Monumenton, which, so that'll go on. And so, again, the 25th and 26th, that is your Thanksgiving weekend. So, and also, starting on the 28th, that's when the choir will get back into their Christmas concert material and start getting into the music that I have prepped for that. And I may include a couple songs that may be of the minority of what I am singing, but those songs will be balanced out by the other songs. Oh Holy Night is one of those songs. I'm also planning on doing In the Morning, do 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 do. Other songs I'm planning for is I have to see about what I want to do for that. Of course, Silent Night, I think, is another great one. There'll be several other things I still have to see. In the Blake Midwinter, that one was such a beautiful one last year, and I think I'm going to maybe do that one again. But so, anyway, I have to finalize some things with Christmas music for those involved in choir. We're going to be singing. That concert will be the Friday of the 16th of December, which is actually last year when I was in choir, the day of that choir concert was the 16th of December. So that's what I'll plan on having. There's only so much time, so you have to kind of get, cranking away at that music. Actually, I'm going to push that. So December 18th. So the Sunday the 18th is the concert. And that will be, 7 o'clock, just as they all are. Okay, so 7 o'clock that evening. So anyway, bye for now, everybody. Those are your announcements. This is a long, extended video, or 2 videos. I think I owe that to you due to last week. And yeah. So, again, I'm really sorry, I have to be honest, and I am aware that I am taking a risk, and I do kind of feel guilty that I'm doing something wrong. This here should be the only thing that should be judging the you-know-what out of me. This. The little voice inside my head. That should be the only thing. If anyone else externally wants to do that, well, guess what? I will not. I will be emotionally and intellectually unavailable. I do not want to hear about how horrible it is, or how frustrating or inconvenient it is, or however you feel about it. I don't want to say I don't care, because I do. However, I don't need to hear that, and there are better things that you could be doing with your time than coming to me and complaining about something that will not change. I have made up my mind. intense and fine. I've made my mind up. So just before you go and just say I want out, and you can do this to me, whatever it is trying to confront me or talk to me about this, don't do it, and find something else to do. Find something better and more productive and more worth your time to do. Now, I'm open for it if you have questions about what's going on that day, and things that you need clarified and things that you're wondering about. Of course, I'll be open for that. And I will be willing, and I will answer those questions. However, if it involves you coming to me and saying, I didn't want to do this, you can't do this to me, how dare you do this? Is there a way for me to get out of this? Or, something like that. Criticizing. Making me feel guilty. If it falls into one of the negative categories, you can't do that. And if you do, you won't last long. That's what I'm going to say. I want to make that abundantly clear. So, bye for now, everybody.